comatose. I'll never wake up without an overdose of you. I don't wanna live, I don't wanna breathe. Just to feel you next to me. You take the pain out of me. Bring it up to you, so real. I don't wanna sleep, I don't wanna dream. 'Cause my dreams don't come with me. The way you make me feel. Bring it up to you,
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I brought the intro back just for fun. So yeah, with the release of Dumbo, you probably are wondering, Tate, what's your opinion on all the Tim Burton movies? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to rank all 19 Tim Burton movies from worst to best. Yes, this is going to be fun. Now, granted, you should take my opinion here for a little grain of salt, because I actually haven't seen. I have to rewatch some of these movies, and I haven't actually seen some of the ones on the lower list, like all the way. So, I mean, you should kind of take some of my opinions for a grain of salt, because some of these movies I haven't seen all the way, or I haven't seen in a while. So, yeah. So here we go, guys. This is going to be my ranking of all the Tim Burton movies. Now, granted, what does that mean? Well, the movies he's directed. I'm not counting the ones he's produced, because that would be too many movies. So we're only doing the 19 movies he's directed. That's just to be clear on that. I'm not counting Nightmare Before Christmas and some of the other movies, because we'd be here all day. So we're going to all 19 Tim Burton directed movies. So starting with the worst one, which you already probably guessed what it was when you clicked on the video. Yes, the Planet of the Apes movie by Tim Burton. It's not a good movie. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this movie at all. I don't think a lot of people are. This remake was bad in a lot of ways. I don't know. I really don't know why Tim Burton was thinking with this one. That this was like the bottom of the barrel of Tim Burton. Like I mean, luckily he's bounced back since this movie. But bro, what were you thinking? Like, what the heck? I'm glad that the Planet of the Apes franchise is good again. They made 3 amazing movies: Rise, Planet of the Apes, Dawn, and War, which were fantastic films. But before that, we had this, and oh gosh, Tim Burton, what the heck happened with this? I don't want to think about this movie anymore. Let's just move on to number 18. Big shocker! Wow, Mars Attacks is number 18 on the list. Okay, who saw this coming? Yeah, Mars Attacks is definitely Tim Burton's second worst movie. Ooh, gosh. Okay. I don't know what to say. You know, the redeeming part about this movie is it's kind of funny. It's one of those movies that's so bad it's funny. It's not like Planet of the Apes. I mean, at least this one's kind of entertaining because it's just so freaking insane. Because Tim Burton just went completely bonkers, and not in the good way like Beetlejuice. This was just what the. Everything about this movie was a bad decision, so it's kind of funny to watch. Gosh, but it's still a really bad movie, and definitely his second worst movie. So let's move on to number 17. Big Fish is number 17. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of this film. I think it's okay. I don't know. It's definitely one of Tim Burton's most forgettable movies. A lot of people don't talk about it anymore, and why would they? This isn't really an amazing film. I don't know. I mean, maybe I need to rewatch it again, but in comparison to some of his other movies, it's just not that great. I don't know. I'm going to rewatch it again because honestly, I forgot this movie even existed, and then I looked up the list and I'm like, wait, he did this movie? What? I don't know. I keep forgetting this movie exists, honestly. Like, it's kind of sad. Why does nobody talk about this movie anymore? Apparently the critics like it. I mean, go to the type it into Google. Apparently it is kind of high rating. I don't know. It's got like what 75% Rotten Tomatoes. Okay, I guess a lot of people like it. I don't know. Anyway, but I guess I gotta rewatch it because I forget this movie even existed. That's kind of sad. You shouldn't really feel like that for Tim Burton movies. So let's move on to number 16. Number 16 is Sleepy Hollow. So Sleepy Hollow. I don't think this is the worst adaptation of Sleepy Hollow's story. I think this is actually kind of a good movie. It's just like, but the problem with Big Fish, it's kind of forgettable. You don't hear people talking about this movie that much. and for good reason. I mean, this isn't really a very amazing movie, but I guess it's passable. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while. I forgot. Like this is like Big Fish. I forgot it even existed. I'm like, wait, he did a Sleepy Hollow movie? What? Okay. Like really, why is nobody talking about this movie either? I don't know. It's just weird. I love Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp's great. I mean, all Tim Burton movies, Johnny Depp's in, he does a great job. It's just like, why is nobody talking about this? I don't know. It's just, I gotta rewatch it again. Same with Big Fish. I forgot this movie existed, and that's kind of sad. I feel like I shouldn't forget Tim Burton movies, but whatever. So let's move on to number 15. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. Yes, Alice in Wonderland is number 15. I don't love this movie. I don't hate this movie. I think it's okay. It's good, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Some people really hate this movie, and some people really love this movie. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't think it's spectacular. I just think it's a pretty cool movie. I really like the special effects. The only problem I have with it is the plot. I feel like some of the plot elements were kind of weird, but Tim Burton did a good job directing it. Honestly, I prefer the second one better because the second one had a lot more to offer, and it actually made it more entertaining. Because this part of me kind of was boring at points. Like, there's just some plot elements I feel like, why are we focusing on this right now? Like, I would have focused more on the action. Like, the dragon fight sequence is amazing. That part of the movie's great. But some of it's kind of like, okay, why are we here? What are we doing here? Like, I don't know. Then the old movie never felt like that. The old movie's the best one, obviously. The old Alice in Wonderland movie is the best one, obviously. No, really? But, I mean, that's because it was entertaining and crazy the whole time. So you're like, what the heck? But in this one, it's kind of a toned down version of the old one. So it's kind of like, okay, whatever. I don't know. But it's good for what it is, I guess. It's just not, like, the best. And, yeah, as far as, like, you know, what Tim Burton did later and what Tim Burton did before, it's definitely not one of his best ones. So let's move on to number 14. Number 14 is the new Dumbo movie that just came out. Yippee. Yeah, I like this movie, but it's only a step above the Alice in Wonderland movie. Like, honestly, I don't think this movie is going to be winning any awards. I mean, it's good. It's a great time in the theater. But honestly, I mean, in comparison to the old one, it's kind of trashy. I don't know. But the old one is such a fantastic movie, one of the best Disney films ever created, that it's kind of hard to make a remake of anything. Like, I don't know. I'm glad what Tim Burton did with this movie. It was really good. But still, I mean, do we really need this movie? That's the question. I don't know. It's like, do we need any of these Disney remakes? It's the question. I don't know. I mean, I guess this is a little better than Alice in Wonderland because there was a lot more stuff going on in this one. This one had a lot of cool elements to it. But I don't think it's like one of Tim Burton's best movies. It's a good movie, but it's definitely not one of Tim Burton's best. So let's move on. Peewees Big Adventure, number 4 or 13? Yeah, 13. Sorry. Number 13. I am a huge fan of this movie. Now we're getting to the really good Tim Burton movies now. We're getting to some... This is where it really starts getting good. Peewee's Big Adventure is probably... I don't know if it's the funniest Tim Burton movie, but bro, I'm a huge fan of this movie. I watched it like 3 times. It's hilarious. The original Peewee's Big Adventure is the best Pee-wee movie for sure. Hands down. I mean, it's utterly hilarious and utterly a good time. Now, I wouldn't say it's one of Tim Burton's best movies, but it's definitely... This stands the test of time. This movie is... Just great. I mean, who doesn't like this movie? I mean, it's hilarious. But I don't think it's one of the best Tim Burton movies, but it's definitely a really great movie. And I definitely recommend you go see it if you haven't watched it yet. So, let's move on to number 12.
Why is the door so small?
That's to keep all the great big chocolatey flavor inside.
Yes, my number 12 spot goes to Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Boy, this is... I honestly think this is Tim Burton's best remake. Like, it still is. Bro, like, none of the remakes he's done will ever top that one. Like, bro. And this wasn't even when he was part of Disney. Like, honestly, I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I give it an 8.6 out of 10. Now, do I think it's better than the original? I mean... I don't know. They're pretty different movies. I mean, I don't know. I've just rewatched Charlie and the Chocolate Factory so many times. I've watched it like 10 times. I've only watched the first one like a couple times. So you can tell I'm a big fan of this movie. I honestly am impressed. Tim Burton remade this movie excellently. Johnny Depp did an amazing job as Willy Wonka. Freddie Highmore did amazing as Charlie. I'm a big Freddie Highmore fan, so I mean, you got me. I've watched this so many times. I just love this movie so much. I played the video game growing up. I just really love this movie. Now, is it one of the best Tim Burton movies? Not really, but it is a really, really, really good movie. And boy, oh boy, I just love it. I've watched it so many times. So let's move on to number 11.
Who are you?
Well, that's kind of a long story.
What a story it is. A tragic tale of romance, passion, and a murder most foul.
This is gonna be good.
Yes, Corpse Bride is going to be my number 11 choice. Yeah, as much as I love Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, it ain't as good as some of Tim Burton's animated stuff. Bro, Corpse Bride is still a great movie. Honestly. If you haven't seen Corpse Bride yet, you really should, because, bruh, it's good. It's great. Yeah, well, I don't know if there's any more else to say about the Corpse Bride movie. Just go watch it. Let's go to number 10.
There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming. This one's coming to an end.
I gotta say, this is probably Tim Burton's most underrated film, Miss Pegerine's Home for Peculiar Children. I've only got to see I haven't seen the full movie yet, but the clips I have seen, the things everybody that's said about it, and I've seen a lot of it. It's a great movie. Like, what? Honestly, why is no one talking about this film? This film is great. Like, bruh, what? It's like, kind of like the X-Men, but like Tim Burton version. I mean, bruh. We need a sequel for this. Like, this was Ava Green. I mean, oh my gosh, like, everybody did great. I can watch this again. I don't know. I have to see the whole thing, honestly, but, bro, there's a reason it's in the top 10. Just go watch it. It's great. So let's move on to number 9.
And for storytelling.
Get me transvestites. I need transvestites.
You're flashy. They want that. Okay. But they want professionalism. So nix on the Nelly without losing naivete.
What kind of a movie is this?
It's science fiction. A heartbreaking romance. Grave robbers from outer space.
Grave robbers from what? And he had a secret he couldn't hide.
I like to dress in women's clothing. Panties, sweaters, pumps. It's just something I do.
You don't like sex with girls?
No, I love sex with girls.
Yes, Ed Wood. This movie is a classic, honestly. I love this film. It's great. Honestly, Tim Burton. A movie about the worst director of all time was a great movie. It's like kind of like, you know, how the movie about the worst movie of all time, The Room, Disaster Artist, also a great movie. But this was better than that. Johnny Depp just played Ed Wood perfectly. Tom Hanks was great in it. It was just great. I feel like more people need to watch this movie. It's a testament to time. Great adaptation about a true story of Ed Wood. Ed Wood is he's a legend for being so bad. Like, he is the ultimate worst director of all time, and that's an accomplishment in itself. Ed Wood dreamed of doing that, and he did that. He became such a bad director, but it's so good of a movie to watch, and I recommend you go watch it. So let's go on to number 8.
He was a great dog, a great friend.
The best dog a kid could have.
When you lose someone you love, they never really leave you. They just move into a special place in your heart.
I don't want him in my heart. I want him here with me.
I know. If we could bring him back, we would.
Frankenweenie. It's a very nice movie. It's not better than Nightmare Before Christmas, but I'm not, like I said, he didn't direct that one, so I'm not counting Nightmare Before Christmas, but Frankenweenie is a great movie. If you guys haven't watched it yet, I really recommend you do it. It's definitely Tim Burton's best movie that he animated-wise, other than, Nightmare Before Christmas and, James and Giant Peach, but like I said, he didn't direct those, so those don't count. But, still a great movie. Frankenweenie is a very nice movie. I watched it twice. I love it. Who doesn't like Frankenweenie, right? All right, so let's move on to number 7.
I painted every single one of them. Every big eye. Me. And no one will ever know but you.
on, let's have some espresso.
What's that? Is that like reefer?
You have a lot to learn.
What's your name?
Margaret. Wouldn't you rather flirt with those girls down there?
No, I like you, Mark.
Big Eyes. Yeah, I'm an Amy Adams fan. What can I say? And when Tim Burton directed this movie, it was great. Now, the only Amy Adams movie I don't really like is Arrival, but, like, that's Dennis. This is Tim Burton. Tim Burton knows how to make a movie, and this was great. I love Big Eyes a lot. I've only got to see it one time, but I really like it. And that's why it's so high on the list. Would I rewatch a bunch of times? No. Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I'd probably rewatch more, but this is still a really great movie. And Big Eyes is just a very sweet movie. It's a very powerful movie, and it's one of Tim Burton's best. So let's move on to number 6.
Till a jealous witch cursed me, condemning me to the shadows for all time.
What the hell is this?
He's coming. He's coming.
Hear me, future dweller. What is the year?
1972.
1972.
What is not to love? Dark Shadows. Boy. When I thought Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was good, this movie has grown over me over the years. I am just like, this is like Beetlejuice, but like Johnny Depp version. This is great. It is so ridiculously random, so ridiculously awesome. How could you not like this film? This is Tim Burton being weird, being himself. This was great. Dark Shadows, gosh. I watched it 3 times. I could watch it again. It's great. Like, how could you not like this? I don't know anybody that doesn't like this movie. Like, bro, it's so good. Like, it's just so... I love Tim Burton when he's being random, and this is just definitely one of his best films. Why has Johnny Depp and Michael Keaton not done a movie together? Like, bro, they'd be excellent together. They've worked with Tim Burton a lot, so why haven't they made a movie together? I don't know. Is this role better than Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? No, it's not a better role, but it's definitely a great movie, and I definitely recommend you go watch it. I give it an 8.8. It's great. So let's move on to number 5.
This is some huge house, isn't it? Hello? Why are you hiding back there? You don't have to hide from me. I'm as harmless as cherry pie. Those are your hands. Those are your hands. I think you should just come home with me.
Joyce, I just saw this strange guy driving with Peg.
Did you get a good look at it?
Boy, this is I love this movie a lot, but I gotta say, this is a dark movie. And it's a very tragic movie. Yeah. The reason it's so high on the list is because this is the only Tim Burton movie to make me cry. You just feel for Edward, like, so much. I just about to get emotional thinking about this film. It's the first, and the top 5 movies all get 9s and above. They're all, the top 5 Tim Burton movies, in my opinion, are near masterpieces. All of them. This is, gosh, I've only watched this movie twice because it's kind of hard to get through. It's a very emotionally driven story. I love Edward Scissorhands. And Johnny Depp he's just good in every movie he's in, even Alice in Wonderland. In this is one of his best roles. Edward Scissorhands is a great movie. And if you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. So let's move on to number 4, which the reason it's not as good as the number 4 spot is because number 4 is a lot more epic. So what is number 4? Here it is.
This is the tale of an ordinary man who had everything
Barker, his name was. Benjamin Barker.
until a man of power stole his freedom, destroyed his family, and banished him.
May the Lord have mercy on your soul.
For life. And in his sorrow, a new man was born.
For 15 years dreaming I might come home to a wife and child.
Benjamin Parker.
No Barker. Sweeney Todd now. And he will have his revenge. Where's my wife?
She's gone. And he's got your daughter.
I gotta say, this is one of Tim Burton's most epic movies. I watched it 3 times. It's... And Sweeney Todd, I think Tim might be Johnny Depp's second best role after Jack Sparrow. Why isn't this movie have a sequel? Like, bro, this is excellent. Sweeney Todd, Demon Barber. What? Who? I have not met one person in the entire world that does not like this film. Like, bro, it's just that good. Like, bro, just point out a flaw in the movie. I like to hear it. Honestly, bro. This is honestly one of the most rewatchable movies ever. It's so freaking amazing. But it's not as good as the top 3. And you probably already guessed what the top 3 is if you haven't figured it out what they are yet. So let's move on to number 3.
Johnny Gobbs.
Hey, look, man. Johnny Gobbs got ripped and took a walk off a roof, all right? No big loss.
No, man. That ain't what I heard at all. I heard the bat got it.
The bat? Oh, man. Give me a break, will you?
5 stories straight down. There wasn't no blood in the body.
No shit. It was all over the pavement.
Get out of here, man.
Hey, shut up, man. Listen to me. There ain't no bat.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have turned the gun on that kid, man. You shouldn't have turned the gun on him.
Do you want your cut of this money or not? Now, shut up. Shut up.
Yes, Tim Burton's Batman movie. Of course you had this was gonna be in the top 3. What'd you expect? Come on, bro. Just watch the movie. What more do I need to say? Granted, there's 2 movies that are better than this one, and here's number 2.
From the sewers of Gotham, a new villain emerges.
You didn't invite me, so I crashed.
From the rooftops of Gotham, the perfect enemy comes to life.
Batman Returns. You know, some people debate which one's better, the first one or Batman Returns. I'm one of those people that think Batman Returns is one of the best sequels ever created, bro. It's just sad that we kind of went downhill with Batman Forever and, of course, Batman and Robin, which we don't talk about. But this was the peak of the old Batman movies, bro. I love the original Batman movie. I think it's great. And Jack Nicholson's Joker's great. But, bro, this movie is so rewatchable, so great, and it's one of the best superhero movies ever made. I mean, it's not as good as the Dark Knight trilogy, but it's the 4th best Batman movie, in my opinion. It's so good. And I give most of the credit to Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. She stole the show, and everybody in this movie good. Danny DeVito as the Penguin. We'll never get a better Penguin performance than that. Penguin was great. Granted, he wasn't good as Jack Nicholson in the first Batman, but it doesn't matter. You got Catwoman, and bro, I severely underestimated Michelle Pfeiffer. I mean, when I watched this movie, I'm like, oh, she's not gonna be that great. Oh, whoop, I was wrong, bro. It's just a great movie. Like it's so many good things about this movie I could talk about, but it would make a whole video. But you're probably wondering, Tate, what is the best Tim Burton movie ever created? What do you think is Tim Burton's best movie? Well, if you haven't figured it out yet, it hasn't been on the list yet. The best Tim Burton movie is
Boy, do you know how to pick 'em. Let me ask you something. Is this relationship really solid? Do I have a shot at her at all?
Excuse me.
Sure. Am I overstepped my bounds? Just tell me. Come on. You know what's really beautiful about this? You two kids picked me. You didn't have to, but you picked me. It makes me want to kiss you guys. Come on. Come on. Give me one. Come on. You're hard. All right, let's get down to business. You're right. I got a card around here somewhere. Here. Who do I have to kill? Here, hold that for me, would you? There. Whoa! There you go.
You don't have to kill anybody.
Could it be anything else? Bro. There's a reason, well, as much as I love this film, I don't put it in my top 30 because to put any Tim Burton movie on my list would be kind of unfair, but this is definitely the best movie I've ever seen him make, ever. It's him at the weirdest he could possibly get. This is the weirdest Tim Burton movie, but at the same time, it's the best Tim Burton movie for that reason. It's completely random. It's the ultimate what the fuck movie, but at the same time, you're just like, I am amazed. What? Who comes up with this crap? It is Tim Burton just completely going off the wall crazy, and it just works. It's not like a bad one like Mars Attacks. Mars Attacks was a bad version. But this was Tim Burton at the peak of how crazy he could get, and Michael Keaton kills it as Beetlejuice in the best role Michael Keaton, in my opinion, he's ever done. He never will perform better than he did in this movie. And it kind of sucks because he wasn't in this movie as much as I remembered. But bro, he made such an impact. I mean, everything about this movie is excellent. From the story to the characters to the everything. It's just well directed. It's well produced. It's just rewatchable. I've watched it 4 times. It's great. I mean, I guess I've watched Charlie Talk a little bit more because I grew up with that movie. But bro, hands down, nothing Tim Burton will ever make will be better than Beetlejuice. It was utterly awesome. I hope the sequel does get made, because I really want to see more of Beetlejuice. That's the one complaint I had with the movies, that we didn't get a lot of Beetlejuice, because Beetlejuice is the best character in the movie, but he's not in the movie as much as I remember, because I rewatched it today. But, bro, Beetlejuice, still the best movie. I just can't say anything else is better. It's just Tim Burton. You just made a near masterpiece of this movie. It's amazing. I just love it every second of it. It's hilarious. It's thrilling. It's crazy. It's just awesome. Who doesn't like this? But anyway, guys, thank you all for watching. I hope you have an excellent day. And Tatumeister signing out. Bye.
Candy paint with the white on top. Lambo doors or the woo up drop. If you busy plotting on what I got, kick in your door and swat you.